Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Multiverse. Just got out of the movie theater of Joker, and what can I say? Both director Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix did an incredible job with this movie. And just to quickly preface, this is a spoiler-free review, even though this film can't really be spoiled, because I feel like it's one of those films that you just have to see yourself. Like, I could give away key points in the plot, and just the way that they went about this film kept you guessing the entire time. You didn't know what was going to happen. It was literally a film about a deranged man who was outcasted from society that is pretty unhinged. Throughout the film, you just didn't know what was going to come next. I feel like this is one of those films that was truly unpredictable, and I think that's where this film exceeds the most. Is it was very unpredictable. There was multiple times where I just didn't know what was going to happen, and then just something crazy just snapped. It was, you know, Joaquin's Joker just went into a psychotic tantrum in a very deranged and psychotic manner, and it was almost like that aspect is what truly immersed me in this film. There's multiple times where I was watching and I was just awestruck with some of the imagery. It is not for the faintest of hearts, so if you're trying to find a film that is lighthearted, this is not the one you're going to want to go see. If you're going to take your kids, then you better get ready to scar them for life. This film is gruesome, very real, and it gets you to the point where you're empathizing with Arthur, and they do it in such a unique way that I've never seen it done on screen before. Now, for some of the key points that I really thought were a great positive of this film is the cinematography, the directing. Todd Phillips did an incredible job. I would say that it could be an Oscar-worthy performance for him, but the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, definitely Oscar winning. I don't see anybody else winning Best Actor this year besides him. There's very few actors that truly immerse themselves in a role that you feel like it is real. You know, Joaquin is definitely one of those, especially after this film, but I feel like he's already established that he's quite the method actor. I would say Heath Ledger's on that list as well with the Joker. Same with Christian Bale, and that list is pretty short, but the fact of the matter is Joaquin Phoenix carried this film. Now, there's other characters that were key to the plot of this film, but they were not as prominent as Joaquin Phoenix would be, because this is really about his life, so I wasn't really expecting much from his supporting cast. But I will say Murray Franklin, Robert De Niro did a pretty good job, although I wasn't really surprised with how he acted. I felt like that performance was great. I mean, it's Robert De Niro. It's really hard for that dude to have a bad performance, so this time was a great performance, although I don't think he's going to be getting any type of like Oscar. I don't think it was an Oscar-worthy performance, but it was pretty good nonetheless. Now, as for Zazie Beetz or Sophie Dundam, she was great. I'm not really going to say much more because you guys will understand once you see the movie why I don't really have much to say about her, although I do think she did a stellar job. Now, I will say some of the stuff that this movie exceeded with, they exceeded all expectations, and some of the stuff they were more negative, I was kind of disappointed on some aspects. Obviously, I'm going to go over those in specific details in our spoiler review. This is the spoiler-free review. Now, for some of the more negative aspects of this Joker film, I will say that the first half hour to 45 minutes was pretty slow, but Joaquin Phoenix's acting kind of made up for that. I also feel like there was other key plot points that they could have really driven home to make people understand a little bit more. Obviously, it slowly starts to make sense, especially if you're intertwined with the comic book world. If you've ever seen a Batman film, then this will make a lot more sense, because there are some key names and other aspects that only people that have seen DC films or Batman films will truly understand. Now, although this movie is not canon to the DC Extended Universe or any cinematic universe, as it's under the DC Black banner, it sure did feel like it was going to lead up to something even greater in the future, but obviously that's just my speculation, and I plan to go more in detail with that in the spoiler review. I will say that throughout this film, there was multiple plot points that I was really hoping the director would take us more in depth to specific areas of the plot, but I think that might have been Todd's creative decision, because while I was watching, I was like, is this going to happen, or is it going to be this? How is this film going to end? And I was just guessing the entire time, which made a truly unique experience that I've not had in films since probably Inception by Christopher Nolan. Now, obviously, this movie doesn't take those twists that I was hoping, but it left me wanting more in such a poetic fashion. This film further justifies that there is an audience and there is a demand for more realistic and gruesome comic book adaptations. Overall, my final verdict of Joker is a solid 9 out of 10. It is definitely a must-see if you're a comic book or DC fan. I implore you to go see Joker as soon as possible. It doesn't have to be in some crazy IMAX. You can go to a local theater, that's small mom and pop theater, and just watch the film. It is truly a mind-bending thriller that I cannot recommend enough, and I really hope that Warner Brothers gives Todd Phillips as much money money as this dude asked for, because we need another film directed by him in the DC universe. Now, if you're going to see this film with a bunch of friends and you're looking for an action thriller that is super exciting and, you know, basically eye porn, but without the foreplay, kind of like the Avengers, then I would say this film is not for you. This film is a psychological thriller that deserves all of your attention in such a thought-provoking manner. It puts you in the shoes of a madman and has you empathizing with him in such an eloquent fashion, and it was worth every cent. But for more on the Joker, specifically my spoiler review, I strongly recommend you stay tuned to the channel. We'll try to have that up as soon as possible. Are you gonna go see the Joker after watching this video? Have you already seen it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, and don't forget to follow Multiverse on Twitter @Multiverse. Guys, thank you once again for watching, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will see you guys in the multiverse.